So you know when you come across those people who just make you smile? They make you feel happy. They have that charisma. Usually when people come across me, they point and laugh, and they cry. Not so in the case of Marssie. She is, I just sat down next to her, and I just felt like today is a good day. To Dr. King's point of nonviolent resistance, how would the world be better if good took over? Marssie will highlight how our state of mind, positive or negative, impacts our productivity, creativity, energy, ability to make decisions, and ultimately every single business outcome. So welcome, Marssie, please.
If you're going to allow me to borrow 10 minutes of your time, there are a few things you should know about me. Growing up, I was a cheerleader. This afforded me the opportunity to shout at the top of my lungs in front of people, to dance like a wild child with a goofy grin on my face, and to spend hours of my time rooting for other kids my age to run faster, work harder, and do better. I also really like the spirit fingers. I make voices for the fish when I visit the aquarium. This is really entertaining for me, but once caused a fair amount of discomfort and embarrassment on a blind date. I'm an optimist by nature, a psychologist by practice, a marketer by profession, and a self-proclaimed practitioner of awesome by design. It was about 5 years ago that three important parts of my world converged in a really remarkable way. After graduating from UC San Diego with a bachelor's degree in psychology, I had dedicated my life to doing good in the world. I thought I had found my calling, was really dedicated to it. Every day I woke up with that spirited and unstoppable cheerleader inside chanting, "Run faster, work harder, do better. Run faster, work harder, do better." And slowly I found I burned out, and I wasn't even 30 yet. I was sitting in a cafe one day when I overheard the woman next to me say to her friend, "What if it weren't such a struggle to make the world a better place?" I was asking myself the same question. It wasn't long after that I discovered the answer when I came across a man named Shawn Achor, one of the leading researchers in the field of positive psychology. Positive psychology is the scientific study of the strengths that enable humans and organizations to flourish. In his book, The Happiness Advantage, Shawn points to this formula for success. If you work hard, you will become successful. Once you become successful, then you'll be happy, right? It doesn't work. And yet most of us truly believe that once I get that promotion, once I close that deal, once we get that grant, then things will be great. Shawn goes on to explain that this formula is fundamentally broken and backwards for two reasons. First, if we put happiness on the other side of success, our brains can never get there, because every time we accomplish a goal, we move that goalpost for what success looks like. And if happiness is on the other side, it just keeps moving farther away. And our brains actually work in the opposite order. Research from the Happiness Advantage shows that your brain at positive is 31% more productive than your brain at negative, neutral, or stressed. In fact, operating from a place of positive improves nearly every business and professional outcome that can be measured. How amazing is that? So, operating from a place of positive. Being able to be 3 times more creative, 37% more effective in sales than your negative, neutral, or stressed out competitors. It's no wonder businesses are investing so heavily in creating a more positive workplace. And while many of us are lucky to work for companies that are improving employee happiness, it is still up to us to take our own happiness and potential for success into our own hands. The good news is what comes out in the research again and again, and that is happiness is a state of being that can be cultivated, and optimism is a trait that can be learned and developed regardless of your natural negative, pessimistic inclinations. So we can form new habits that allow us to cultivate good in our life. And in doing so, we increase our chances for success and increase the positive impact on the world around us. The information that I'm sharing with you, it's not mine. I'm not a researcher, I'm not an academic. I'm an everyday person who has turned this knowledge into action in my own life. And as a result, I experience deeper fulfillment, greater creativity, and more joy in so many things that I do. And so I challenge you, change makers, innovators, to do the same, to make your impact on this world with greater ease, effectiveness, and enjoyment. I'd like to share with you 3 of my favorite habits to increase the positivity in your life. Habit 1, slow down. From Buddha to the Beatles, people have long used meditation as a path towards mind and body wellness. Start with 1 minute. Really, that's all it takes. Sit up straight, close your eyes, set a timer, and just focus on breathing in and out. After 1 minute, check out how you feel. Chances are you're a little more calm, a little more centered, a little more willing to borrow another 60 seconds of your day tomorrow. Try again the next day. Here's why it works. Research from Harvard has shown that mindfulness meditation can increase the cortical thickness in your hippocampus and other areas of your brain that play a role in emotion regulation. It also decreases the brain cell volume in your amygdala, which is responsible for fear, anger, and stress. So you're literally changing the structure of your brain to prepare it for greater levels of positive emotion. Pretty great. Habit number 2. I hardly need to mention this in this room, but even do-gooders are human, so I remind you guys, do good deeds. Do something nice for someone else. Buy someone a coffee or give someone a high five. Maybe send a note over to a colleague to acknowledge them for something great that they did. Or be bold and use a site like EverydayHero to fundraise for a cause that you love. At EverydayHero, you give your time, effort, energy, and voice to share your story and raise funds for a cause that you care about. We provide the technology that powers philanthropy, the technology that powers your good deeds. Here's why it works. Happiness is not just about experiencing pleasure. It's also about creating meaning in our experiences. Doing good deeds allows us to get outside our bodies and create meaning in our experiences. And research from Jonathan Haidt shows that when people witness others do good deeds, they experience an emotion called elevation, and this motivates them to go out and do their own good deeds. As I like to say, being awesome is contagious. Habit number 3, 3 good things. If you're gonna start anywhere, I recommend you start here. It's my favorite habit, and it's really easy to adopt. Every night before you go to sleep, think about 3 good things that happened during your day. Write them down and reflect on why they happened. I like to use an app called Happier to do this, and I like being able to attach photos and then browse back through my happy moments. Here's why it works. Basically, you get a boost of positivity every time you remember a good moment in your day. Additionally, as you develop this practice, you begin to scan your day for great moments. Our brains are hardwired to notice the negative emotions like anger, fear, and disgust, which tell our bodies to fight or take flight. Being highly attuned to these negative emotions and urges to attack or escape was likely beneficial to our ancestors, allowing them to survive in life-threatening situations. However, in today's world, where we don't face those same threats, in order to thrive, not just survive, we need to be able to redirect our attention away from the negative and towards the positive so that we can see all of the opportunities that are before us. 3 good things and the other habits that I've shared today help us to do just that. At EverydayHero and Blackbaud, we believe that this idea is a fundamental truth. The world would be a better place if good took over. We believe this because we see it every day. We watch, we witness, as people like you, change makers like you, dedicate your lives to aiding others, to solving the world's problems, to doing good in the world. So here's what it comes down to. Every day, you have a chance to be awesome. You have a chance to wake up, curate a life that is worthwhile. Every day, you have an opportunity, a responsibility to cultivate good in your life. Because when you do, you change yourself, you impact the world around you, and you help us help good take over the world. Thank you.